The vacation is over after a successful World Cup in which my clients made over 75 units of profit. And if you were following along here on WagerTalk TV, I put out a ton of free play videos, a lot more than the losing videos. So you must have made money here. And that was absolutely free. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button and join the ever-growing community here at WagerTalk TV. But a small break for me, and I'm right back at it. European seasons are underway, and I've got a new show, guys, Premier League 5. I'm going to try and cover every weekend of the Premier League season with 5 plays, whether they're sides, totals, or prop bets. And it'll normally be the weekend games. The midweek ones, I know the Premier League halfway through the year we'll try and fit in a few weeks during the midweek. We're going to skip those ones so we get a full week of data in between games. And guys, it doesn't matter how we do each and every week. I will always update you guys on how I did, whether it's 5-0 and I'm celebrating, or whether it's 0-5 and I am ready to jump off a bridge. It's going to be 100% transparency. So you'll know how we did the week before, and you'll either be able to joke around with me in the live chat or commend me for making you guys a little bit of money. With that said, guys, let's get going. Let's look at the first game. And this one goes on Friday. It's the kickoff game of round 1 of the Premier League season. Defending champions Arsenal in this one, a prohibitive favorite at minus 575. The draws at plus 650. Coventry, newly promoted Coventry, plus 1,300. Now, I'm going to list my plays on the screen, but I'm also going to tell you why I like this game. So you need to listen in order to see whether you agree or disagree with this one. And I'm looking at this one as Arsenal team total over 2.5 goals. This isn't the game total I'm talking about. This is Arsenal's team total I'm talking about. So Arsenal must score 3 goals in order for this to cash. Now, my system model that I used, my XG system model has Arsenal at 2.64 goals, which is higher than obviously that 2.5. Normally, when I see a number in the high 2s and the team totals at 2.5 with minimal juice, and that is minimal juice, I am going to take it, because sometimes the XG number is understating what can actually happen in the game. Coventry is 0.54. Combined, you're looking at just a little over 3 goals scored, and the total sitting at just over 3 goals. So I don't want to touch that, because you're going to need a 4th goal in order to get the victory if you're taking the total over. Arsenal averaged 2.16 goals at home last season across their 19 Premier League games, tailing off a bit at the end with a big lead. And you look at it, newly promoted sides, they normally fare much better at home, winning 18.5% of the time. So 1 in every 5, 1 in every 6 times they'll win on home soil. On the road, that drops to 8.1% on the road. And newly promoted teams allow twice as many goals in round 1 when playing away from home. And this is why we're taking Arsenal in this one to start off the Premier League weekend on Friday with a convincing 3-0 win. All right, guys, we have to look at the next game, which is, I love the banter between the fan bases, but they're North London rivals, Tottenham. Plus 175 Tottenham, plus 145 for Brentford, plus 260 is the draw in this one. Yes, I am taking Tottenham in this one. Listen, it can't get any worse for Tottenham than it has the last 2 seasons. Back-to-back 17th place finishes. Yes, 17th place finishes, and they somehow still won the Europa League and qualified for Champions League when they beat Manchester United. The difference here is the summer transfer window. They made some moves, got rid of some of the old guard. Christian Romero gone on defense. A couple younger guys, a little bit more speed on this team. And that fits in the profile of Roberto De Zerbi, the Italian coach, who obviously takes over for the Spurs in this one. He's going to put them in a position to win and win right out of the gate, I have to believe. Last year, while they finished 17th, they had the 6th best record away from home. Yes, you heard that right. 6th best record away from home for Tottenham, going 7-5-7, and their 4 goals against were a complete wash, a 0% differential in that one. Brentford, listen, they had a very good season going, but they only won 1 of their last 10 games to close out the season, and that was against relegated West Ham, where they beat them 3-0 when Brentford was at home. They basically worked themselves out of a European spot by finishing 7th in the league last season and dropping numerous points with some draws along the way. I'm taking the Spurs in this one, plus 175. Wow, the Spurs and Arsenal in the same weekend of European football. I must be dreaming, but let's hope it doesn't turn into what could be considered a nightmare. All right, speaking of nightmares, it was one to start the season with Ruben Amorim as manager of Manchester United, but Michael Carrick came in, turned this Manchester United team completely around, and they finished 3rd in the league. Yes, 3rd in the league behind Arsenal and Manchester City. And this is another step forward for them. I think they're going to have a very good year. They've added some depth to the team. I think they're stronger, got rid of some players who aging a little bit. Obviously, Casemiro gone. No longer in Europe. He's playing in the retirement league that they call the MLS, along with Lionel Messi. Like I mentioned, a successful season for them with Michael Carrick finishing 3rd. And they face another newly promoted side here in Hull. Those teams tend to fare better at home. And this is one of the reasons why I'm looking at, I believe, ultimately Manchester United win. But at minus 265, if you were betting them on the spread, you'd have to lay a goal and a half here. And this is one of those ones that could easily finish 2-1 for Manchester City. It is the first game of the Saturday card, the 7:30 a.m. Eastern time game. And sometimes those results have some shocking surprises to them. The only shock here, I believe, will be that I don't think Manchester wins by margin, but they do win this game 2-1. So you can find this over at DK, or you can create this as a 2-leg parlay at your book by taking Manchester United to win on the 3-way money line and then over 2.5 goals, which is the alternate total there. And you're paying $1.10 on that price. I'd rather pay minus 210 than minus 265 in a game in which I figure we might get goals from both teams. And if United win 3-0, we cash a ticket. It doesn't matter. So that's the play there, Man United and over 2.5. Guys, let me know if you agree or disagree with this pick before I get to the next one. And if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Join the ever-growing community here at WagerTalk TV. We surpassed that 250,000 subscribers, and we're on our way to 260. We'd love to get there prior to the year ending. So do us a favor, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And, of course, that like button as well. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. This might not be the most exciting game of the weekend, but you can still bet it and make some money. This is newly promoted Ipswich and Sunderland. These are 2 teams that normally played in the championship. They played in the second, obviously the second division after EPL is the championship, and these 2 teams played back in 2004. Sunderland have faced Ipswich 6 times historically, and they've scored in every single game. This is why I'm taking this, both teams to score at minus 140. Ipswich, some very good numbers on Ipswich if you want to look at it. They are unbeaten in their last 18 games at home across all competitions, and in their last 15 games at home, they have scored at least a goal. We're going to look for that to be 16. I don't want to bet the total here because this could very well end up in a 1-1 draw. And if you look at that draw price, you're seeing plus 225. It's lower than you would normally see on a draw, especially in the Premier League. That's why I'm taking both teams to score. This is available at every single book. You're going to have to pay 140. I would guess it's going to steam prior to game time on Saturday because no one bets these props early. but you might see a minus 160-ish, and I would still play it at that number. Just lower the unit size that you're playing. If this was a 3% play for me at 140, I would probably play it for 2 units at minus 160. Final game, and you got to wait till Monday for this one, but we are going to look at the Blues and Fulham. Now listen, Fulham in years past have been one of those teams that have frustrated me, and I just didn't know how to play them, just because Marco Silva sometimes just played to earn points, to stay in the Premier League for another season, collect those big contract numbers that TV pays them. But this is a different Fulham team now. They've added some players during the offseason. Also, Chelsea, they continue to add players. This is probably a team that has about 60 players on their roster, and they loan many of them out. But the difference here is that they have a new manager. Xabi Alonso is the manager for this Chelsea team here. And the style in which he plays is much different than the 2 previous managers at Chelsea. Maresca, the 2 managers ago, I think he was fired early on last season. He's over at Manchester City, so we'll see what he does for Man City. But this is a different team and a different makeup. And Xabi Alonso, with the talent that he has on this team, I think Chelsea come out of the gates firing. Now, can they stop teams from scoring? When you add players, sometimes that cohesiveness is something that the team will lack early on. We see it across a ton of sports, whether it is American football, American hockey, and even European football. When you're dealing with some changes to the back line, some changes in midfield, sometimes you aren't totally sharp and ready to go. That could be a problem here. And one of the reasons why is I like the new manager for Fulham. This is a guy who managed at Real Madrid their youth team, the A and B youth teams for this team, Alvaro Arbeloa. And his style is simple. His is build from the back, keep tight triangles, use your fullbacks. The fullbacks will come and they'll play in midfield positions, pushing that ball higher up the field, trying to get it through teams very quickly in order to attack. This is not what Fulham has been known for, but that's what they'll be known for this season. And when they lose the ball, it's a high press and high pressure ball recovery system that he has that he's going to try and instill with this team. I see them scoring here. I also see Chelsea scoring. I see at least one of these 2 teams scoring a couple goals in this one. So the Monday play is going to be over 2.5, minus 140. Guys, let me know what you think of that play as well, too, as part of the Premier League 5. That is 5 plays for you guys. Some of these might turn out to be client plays. Normally, I will not give these client plays out for free on these videos, and rightfully so. I don't want to piss off my clients. But if you want to become one of them, you can use that code on the bottom, year 200. Year 200 will get you 1 full year of soccer, $200 off the price, which I believe is at $6.99 now. You can get it for $4.99. That's less than about $1.50 a day, $1.50 a day. I believe that is a great price. Drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know which of the plays you like, which of the plays you disagree with. And as always, guys, for myself and the WagerTalk family, we wish you the best of luck.